Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. My name's Dylan, and today we're going to be trying Baker's 7-year High Rye New from Jim Beam. And this is a really interesting release that I'm looking forward to. I like the normal Baker's 7-year. It's been one of the few Jim Beam products that I try to regularly have on hand. It's good. Relatively affordable for an age-stated single barrel product. The normal one, that one's around $60 now. I have seen it as high as in the 70s though, and I hope that's not the norm. However, today we're going to be talking about this one. So this is also 107 proof. This specific one is actually 7 years, 9 months. This is one that was picked up by the Whiskey Boy for me to consume. We did drink this on a live stream. Apparently, I had this. I don't have much recollection for that. But to refresh my recollection, we're going to have some. We're going to talk about a little bit of the mash bills, the pricing, and then kind of what I think on this. I've been seeing a lot of people kind of misinform and call this like the rye version of the Baker's. This is not a rye, this is just the high rye version of the Baker's. And speaking of that, I did some Googling, because I don't know this off of my head, but the standard mash bill of the 7-year Baker's, and hopefully I call this Baker's and not Booker's ever, but Baker's, it's definitely Baker's. The standard one has a mash bill of 77 corn, 13 rye, 10 barley, and SRP is $60. Now, Baker's is actually named after one of the cousins of the No family. And I saw a little bit about him on something, but sounded like a pretty cool dude. Rode motorcycles, chomped cigars is at least kind of what it sounded like. Kind of sounds like their cousin or something. It was Wolverine. They put it like that. So I could not find a official mash bill on this one. It does say that it seems to be double the amount approximately of rye, which got me thinking of another brand that Jim Beam has that is famously a high rye bourbon. Old Grandad. And yes, this is the 16. Yes, I will be doing a review on that. No, it will not be in this video. So check that out if you see it. And the mash bill on this guy is 63 corn, 27 rye, 10 barley. And if you double 13, you come to 26. So it's not really a far off theory to maybe think that they doubled the rye for this guy. Did they take the mash bill from that and put it in a different bottle? I don't know. That is a complete speculation. It just seems possible. So if you know in the comments, put it in the comments. Let me know. Like I said, keep an eye out for a review on the Old Grandad 16. So, this is it's the same age range approximately. It's the same proof. Different mash bill, double the amount of rye. Other than that, the SRP on this is $74.99. So a little bit of a price jump, for the change recipe. But we should probably get to this nose and see what the rye did to the nose. And it's got a nice, very caramely on the nose. It's just pleasant. I like Baker's. Here's the thing. Even if this is not, let's just say it's not worth the money, the additional cost, you just go get a 7-year. By the way, check the neck tags for the age dates because, sometimes there's like 9-year ones on there. So if you're just going off of this, that's just the minimum, 7. Neck tag. Check the neck tag. And I'm not saying the age is everything, but it's kind of cool that you could spend the same amount of money on a 7-year as a 8, maybe a 9. 9, I think, is the oldest I've seen. But Back to the nose. Vanilla, a little bit of the peanut brittle. Not a hardcore peanut, but nice kind of a confectionery sugar baking peanut brittle thing going on in the nose. The alcohol is not, it's not even there. Like, it doesn't smell of alcohol at all, which is nice. Just a good nose. Nothing complex, really. Just pleasant, easy. All right, let's go to that taste. There's a little bit of like a Laffy Taffy grape note to it in the mid palate. I love that. Remember Laffy Taffies? I could probably still buy those. Yeah, with adult money now. Anyways. Second sip. Let's go with that. Man, it's rich. 107 is... It's that one of that, like, the butter zones for me. I hear a lot of people say it too, so I don't think it's just my opinion. But over 100 proof, under the 120s. 120 is kind of like the upper threshold, I feel like. But between that 100 and the 120 range is like, you get this nice viscous mouthfeel. And for the money, it's like the 1920 too. It's a mix of affordability, proof, and decent age on the whiskeys themselves. And this is no different. It just has a nice richness to it, nice mouthfeel. So nice, in fact, I gotta say it twice. I'm going back. Nice rich oak, spice to it. Of course, the caramel feel is there, but it's more of a afterthought on the back end of the flavor. A little bit of vanilla and a little bit of the Jim Beam profile to it, but subtle, not compared to the standard releases or standard core line. I really like this. I did get the 13 that Whiskey Boy was also kind enough to bring me. I did pay for it. So I do have the 3 of the Baker's Edition. Let me know if you'd like to see some sort of video where maybe we blind the 3 of them and see between the standard 7, the high rye, and the 13 what comes out on top. I do have the wax top that I have never ever had, and I bought one, and I'm just keeping it. So if you want to see the 4th of the old Bookers and see how it competes to these new ones, like and share, and leave me a comment if you'd like to see that. All right, one more sip. I am a fan of rich bourbons, caramels, brown sugar, vanillas, Fat Kid whiskey. And this is leaning towards that territory of Fat Kid whiskey. I love Baker's. Baker's is one of the better, for the money, core releases that Jim Beam has. I think the Baker 7 is phenomenal, like I said before. But how does the high rye stand up to it? I really like it. I think if you're a fan of the Baker's and you come across it, I don't know how allocated this is going to be. I hope it's not. This was picked up at the distillery at the time. I think some people thought, I mean, I did at least, that this might have been just a distillery release, but it looks like it's getting a national to some extent. So if you see it for $75 approximately, I would pick it up if you're a fan of Baker's. I think you'll enjoy the difference, and you can side by side them, like I hope to do. But that's going to do it for this episode of Whiskey House Pub House. My name is Dylan. Like and review, subscribe, please. We'll see you next time.